let's talk about this book. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read the trigger warnings or anything like that when I downloaded this book. I see a lot of people ranting and raving about it, and I see how big it was. Oh, the girl from that book was, she's a big one, do you know what I mean? And yeah, we all like a big one, don't we? I'm going to edit that, don't worry. Or maybe I won't. No, but honestly, I see people posting about it. I see people like on BookTok, BookGram, and everywhere else, just people picking this book up and the series. And I was like, I will get these books one day. Once I get rid of some of my books on my shelf, and well before I got my Kindle for Christmas, I was like, I will get it. But then when the husband was like, if you want it, buy it on your Kindle, and I was like, okay then what I'll do is, if I absolutely love this book so much, what I'll do is I'll literally dip into the works and buy the whole series. And then, but I just love it because then I can reread it and it'll look pretty on my shelf. Yeah, but let's get into it. Like I say, I didn't read any of the trigger warnings when it came to this particular book. So when it hit certain, how can I explain it? What's that word I'm looking for? When it hit certain scenes, I found it very triggering because I had a really crappy childhood. Again, if you've read this book, you'll know what I mean, because of the Shannon and her family situation and traumas and things that they've gone through and what they're going through. Wasn't as bad as what Shannon went through right at the end of the book, don't get me wrong, but the manipulation, the control, the physical side of things, like that triggered me a little bit. But I persevered, I cried a fucking lot, but I read it, and I'm glad I did, because I think that there was the part of me that I needed healing, if that makes sense. Even though I'm on my healing journey, I needed to read that to heal that part of me. Can you see where I'm going with it? So, I don't want to give too many spoilers out. I might even just put in there maybe a few spoilers. Not spoilers, if that makes sense. Yeah, basically this book, if you've not read this book, it's basically, the story is a boy and a girl both go to a school called Tomen. It's spelled T-O-M-M-E-N. It's a boy, he's a rugby player, and obviously this girl called Shannon started there. She was bullied in her previous school. Obviously went to that school. She walked through where they was training, and she got dunked up dead by a rugby ball, which of course was Johnny by accident. And the story went on from there. It's a romantic story. Shannon's mum, I fucking hate Shannon's mum, and again it's triggering. Shannon's mum doesn't like Johnny. I don't know why. She seems to think he's like Shannon's father. He's nothing like Shannon's father. Yeah, basically Johnny had a bit of an injury going back a while back. He had surgery. Instead of recovering, silly sod didn't. He was up and doing it, and he was like out doing his training or whatever. And yeah, without giving too much away, she's going through a fucking lot. Johnny lives in like a big fuck off mansion, meanwhile Shannon lives in as she put it, as like a council kind of house. Not my words, but that kind of scenery. Johnny don't want her to go back home. He has a funny feeling that something's not right. Obviously Shannon has kept it all to herself. She's ends up going into school with a load of bruises and marks all over her, but she's covering it all up. We're saying it's from falling over and this, that and the other. Yeah, anyway, so there's this girl called Bella. She's an absolute bitch. I can't stand Bella. She's one of these ones like, thinks she like knows her shit. Miss Sass Pants of the school, that kind of thing. Like, you know, like people like boobs out, do you know what I mean? Like knickers on shows, that kind of, yeah. She just gives that vibe. And yeah, she wants Johnny because obviously he's a rugby player. He's got a bit of dough, do you know what I mean? And she wants him for that. But Johnny already sees straight through her bullshit, and he's like, no. Been there, done that, got t-shirt, don't want to be near you, regret being with you, that kind of thing. Yeah, so Bella's an absolute bitch. Finds out that Johnny and Shannon are getting quite friendly. Bella don't like it, turns into an even bigger bitch. Meanwhile, she's shacked up with one of Johnny's players. And then we've got Gibbsy. Fucking Gibbsy is Johnny's best mate. He's something else. He's a different breed. He's literally fucking comedian. When I'm on to the second one, I find him keep him 13, and I'm laughing. Whenever bloody Gibbsy says something, I'm cracking up with laughter. He's an absolute flipping comedian. What he thinks he is. He's an absolute fucking mom, but I absolutely adore him. It's just got a way with words, basically. And then we've got Claire. Claire is Shannon's best friend. Obviously, Shannon has told Claire everything what she's been going through at home. I sworn to secrecy that she wouldn't tell anybody, blah blah. And Claire and Gibbsy have got a thing going on, and it's not that strong. Yeah, them two together are just cute as anything. But yeah, if you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. But if you're like me and you've gone through a shit upbringing, childhood, do me a favour and read the trigger warnings first, because I'm a bit of a mood bag. I will literally pick a book up. If someone recommends me a book, I'll literally pick it up and I'll just bloody read it without looking at trigger warnings. Don't get me wrong, I don't regret reading it, if that makes sense, because I absolutely loved it. I couldn't put it down. I don't want the story to end, but when I tell you this book made me cry like a baby, I had emotions coming out of me everywhere. No, I didn't wet myself. But it hit a nerve, I'm not going to lie. The trigger warnings, read them before you even buy this book, before you even read it. Because, like I say, it will probably hit a nerve if you've gone through a shitty upbringing like I have. Yeah, this story, I'm not going to lie, it will stay with me forever now. Will I recommend it? Whoa, the cat was moaning at me. Yeah, if you're looking for a good book to read this one, but just read the trigger warnings, please. It's an amazing storyline. The second one is just carrying on from, oh my boy, carrying on from the first book, which, can I just say, I'm absolutely loving so far. I will do a little review because I'm thinking about 18% through the second one. Yeah, 5 stars for this book, 100%. I better let him out, otherwise he's going to end up bloody